I know it's a lot of personal information, which I'm putting on the internet, which is a scary thing to do. So enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bianca Skogan Beauty. So glad to have you here today. I did a video like a month ago or something that talked about how I'm doing a no-buy for the year of 2023. So welcome to my year of no buying any makeup in the year 2023. So this video is kind of a check-in. I'm going to talk to you. This is actually, I don't know how this video will do, but it's a very good video for me to kind of be held accountable and to like keep track of my actions and what's happening with this no-buy. I don't know what's with me in paper recently. Like I've been writing all these things out, but I like wrote out my budget or what I spent in 2022 January and what I spent in 2022 February versus It's a lot. I am doing a check-in to hold myself accountable and see how what my habits are doing and how this no-buy is going. So this is a no-buy 2023 check-in. If that sounds interesting to you, this is the correct video for you. And subscribe. Also, I thought I'd put on some makeup at the same time because I do a little get ready with me, chit chat, get ready with me. Because I found out that while I'm talking about anything and putting on makeup, it goes a little nonsensical. So, and you guys, it's really very realistic to the real Bianca. Not that I'm not real normally, but when I'm talking about, it's more genuinely me being weird. So here we go. I do already have foundation on and my eyebrows on. I just thought the main thing we could do right now is eyeshadow because that's like the most fun part, at least for me, I think it is. So I'm planning on using the Druid, wow, it is bright, the Druid palette by Fantasy Cosmetica, because I have only used this palette once and I'm trying to use all my palettes because I have a no-buy, so I'm trying to use them all. And it is a really nice greenish red, and I'm wearing this red sweater. And as you can see, I changed my decorations to St. Patrick's Day. It is the end of February right now, so that's Valentine's is over. I put up my St. Patrick's Day decorations. Anyways, I also switched out all my makeup or my eyeshadow to, like I have kind of a, you know what? Why don't I just show you? It's all, you can see it's very like green themed. So I have a lot of green makeup out right now because I'm trying to use up all my makeup palettes, or not use them up, use all of my makeup palettes. And I'm like, well, let's use more green ones during the month before St. Patrick's Day. That was a really long explanation. See? It's just me being blabby. Okay. We're just gonna get into this. All right, let's start going. I'm using a REFERRAL number 32 brush. I don't even know if this is like the best brush to use, but it is the one that is clean right now. The first thing I wanted to talk about is that I have a wish list. So obviously this is kind of my check-in. I think I'll do like a 2-month check-in. I was thinking like a quarterly check-in, but I don't know. This is just good timing right now. So every 2 months I'll do a check-in. 1 month is too much for that I'm only doing one video a month. That would be, you know, a quarter of my videos. So we'll do, every 2 months I'll do a check-in. So January and February, I have a wish list because things have been coming out. And this is, okay, things have been coming out. And the first half of January was really easy because like companies had been already releasing everything for Black Friday and Cyber Monday and for Christmas, that they were like, okay, we're taking a little break. So I was like, oh, this is going to be so easy. Because the first 2 weeks of January, there was really no releases. And if there were releases, I was not interested in them. So it was very easy. I was like, okay, we got this. We got this. Ooh, let me get my wish list. Then some hard hitters came. I don't remember 100% the order, but Oden's Eye. Oden's Eye did this release of single shadows. And it's interesting because I actually don't really like single shadows because, I mean, I do, but single shadows are very expensive. You buy an Oden's Eye palette and They range from like $30 to $40. You buy the single shadows, and if you bought an entire palette of their multichrome shadows, it would be over $100. So I'm actually not a fan. Not a fan of single shadows because I feel like it's a good way for the company, not that I love Oden's Eye, but for the company to be like, hey, we're giving you the opportunity to make your own palette, build your own palette, be creative. And we're also going to make a lot of money out of it. So, and I think that my opinion has really been affected by Cleona Cosmetics because I bought a palette full of shadows and spent like $200 on that palette. And I don't think it's like the best palette that has ever existed. Okay. There's a mirror in that. I'm good. Okay, so I saw the single shadows and I saw 100 million videos on the single shadows because every single one of the content creators that I follow, I swear every single one of them made a video about the single shadows. And so at first I was like, nah, doesn't even tempt me. But the more I watched the videos, the more I was tempted. And actually, I have mentioned that Hannah Louise Poston is like my inspiration for this no-buy. And I've been watching all of her no-buy videos from, I think it was like 2018. And she mentioned that like, she didn't take herself off all of the content creators that she would follow. And I thought this was really smart, she kept following all the content creators that she follows. And she kept watching them because she didn't want to be 100% out of the makeup world. And I think that this was really smart. Okay, here's a little personal information about me. So about 4 years ago, I got anxiety. Well, I started having anxiety attacks, and I never had before. I've always had depression since I was a teenager, but anxiety was not something I really had. So then I started having anxiety attacks, and there was a trigger to it, but it's personal and I don't really want to talk about it. So I started getting these anxiety attacks, and I started seeing my doctor, and I started seeing a counselor, and I was like, okay, let's get rid of these. Long story short, I wasn't able to ever get rid of them. I do now have them under control. Mostly, they still happen, but one thing that my doctor and I were talking about was having me take like a leave of disability until I could get them under control. Because finding the right medication for anxiety is, finding that right medication for anxiety is something I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I found things that made me worse before they made me better. Like every medication I tried made me worse and made me absolutely just a wreck before I found the actual medication that made me better. I talked to my doctor and I was like, hey, can I do a leave of disability, get paid by my job to be able to, and I think it's like 80% or something, but get paid so I can stay home and figure this thing out. And he said, okay, here. This is a tangent, but it all will come back, I promise. He said, okay, here, Bianca. The problem with that is that you will get better. You will be away from work. You will be away from all your stress, the triggers that cause this anxiety, and you will feel better and you'll feel great. And then like we'll give you a medication and it'll work, or you won't even need medication and you'll be home and you'll be great. And then you'll go back to work and boom, like the anxiety might be even worse than ever because you were fine, and then you go back and it'll just hit you again and you won't have figured anything out. And so he said, you know what? You just need to get through it. You just need to be in the battlefield. I don't know. You just need to be in it and get through it and get a thick skin and like get over your anxiety. And I was like, I hate that. That sounds horrible, but that makes sense. That makes 100% sense. Yeah, that's what I need to do. And I remember like crying because I was like, that's going to be so hard. But I did it. I went to work. I went with anxiety attacks. It's been 4 years. I still do have them, but I have the right medication that mostly helps. Every once in a while, one sneaks through. But like I finally was able to conquer that. Anyways, so that's what I was thinking with this no-buy. A little bit less serious, but in the same vein, that if I cut myself off, if I unsubscribe from all my beauty emails, if I unsubscribe from all of my beauty influencers that I watch, if I stop watching all beauty YouTube, if I cut myself off completely, of course I'm not going to buy anything. Of course I'm not going to buy any makeup, because I won't be influenced by any makeup. I won't see any of it. Then the year goes by, 2024 happens, and I subscribe to all of the content creators, and I subscribe to the emails. Then I'll see all this makeup and be like, I want it all. So I was like, you know what? And then I'll have the problem again. So what I wanted to do was be in the thick of it and still have, I did unsubscribe to some content creators because I am trying to kind of cut down the amount of YouTube I watch. So I'm not watching it every day, every hour of my life. I am not putting on makeup right now. I'm going to use this color Sage, and that is going to push me out of my comfort zone. I don't use colors like that. I hope that it turns out good. Ooh, I know people love these like baby puke colors. They're not me. Anyways, but I am going to kind of cover it with a shimmer. Okay, I'm getting off track. So I want to be in the thick of it. I want to be in the thick of the beauty content and learn to survive the beauty content without buying everything. So that is why I watched all those videos from all the content creators, and I was like tempted to get some of the Oden's Eye single eyeshadows, but I didn't. Okay, so that's on my wish list. What else is on my wish list? And I don't know, even when, one thing that I want to see is by 2024, if any of these things are even tempting to me, because new things will come out. I will be hopefully appreciative more of my collection. We'll see. That's what Hannah Louise posted. She did this, and she looked back at her wish list and she's like, I don't even want that anymore. I would have bought it, and now I don't even want it. So it was a really good perspective. Shroud Cosmetics, they came out with the Moonfall palette. That looks beautiful, absolutely stunning. It is like a bunch of their single shadows they used to sell that they put into a palette, and I was like, oh, that looks beautiful. And I got the two palettes that were collaborated with Battybean. Gorgeous, love them. So that's on my wish list. Let's see, Blend Bunny. Okay, this one gets me. This one is the hardest one for me. I actually asked for this collection for Valentine's Day for my husband, and I didn't get it. And he was like, well, I can't just, he's like, I can't just buy you that right away, or else what's the point of the no buy if you just get makeup? And I was like, yes, that makes sense. Okay, fine. But anyways, Blend Bunny came out with mermaid palettes. And I don't know if I've talked about this enough, but I have loved mermaids. Since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to be a marine biologist. I like to funnily pretend that I am a mermaid. And so, yes, mermaids get me. So I said to my husband, I was like, hey, Kyle, I should have put in my rules that I could get, if it was a mermaid theme palette, I could get it. He's like, what? I didn't get it. Anyways, yes, so they came out with, what is it called? It's called the Trove palette and the Lure palette. One of them is just like 4 multichromes, and one of them is a big palette. Anyways, those are on my wish list. And I feel like that is something that I will get once this no buy ends. And they have a highlighting palette. This is not a new buy, but I want it. Anyways, last but not least on my wish list is another release from Oden's Eye. Oden's Eye is getting me. Is they have their collaboration with the 3 content creators, which all 3 of them I follow, by the way. Which I think is so much fun. It is the Perfect World collection. It's with Amanda from Makeup.Just.For.Fun. And then Battybean, I just talked about Battybean. Her palette is the Planet Spirit palette. Amanda's is the Flora Story palette. And then Laura May Beauty is the Sea Talk palette. Again, another mermaid themed one. I should have wrote that into my rules. This look is coming out really nicely. It's like kind of neutral, but kind of green. I'm a fan. I like it. So there we go. Those are on my wish list. Those are things that I am not getting, but are on a wish list for one day, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Done with my wish list. Now, I want to tell you guys about a little downfall that I'm having. And again, Hannah Louise posted, I noticed in her video, she talked about this too. Like in the first couple months of her no-buy, she still was buying like backups, and she still was able to get Sephora Rouge status because she was buying backups. And by the end of her no-buy, like she had cut down. I don't know. I feel like this accountability is really going to teach me a lesson, because I have found that with getting less makeup or no makeup, I'm not buying any makeup, I'm buying way more clothes and way more decorations. Like my hands just can't stop shopping. I have this shopping addiction, and so I'm like, well, I can't buy makeup, I can still buy clothes. It's something that I'm learning, and I'm trying to make myself accountable for it, and I'm trying to learn from it. I did have some gift cards. So I did actually buy some things. So I want to show you guys what I bought. Sephora and Ulta gift cards from Christmas, and from, I think I've told you guys before that where I work, I get award code points for when I'm just awesome, I guess. For when I do good things at work. Coworkers will send me award code points, and I can turn those into gift cards. So I have bought some things. So let's talk about this. In January, I bought from Ulta what I'm about to show you, and I spent $53.48, and I had a $50 gift card. That one was from Christmas. So I ended up spending $3.48, and that was how much tax was. I think it was actually $3.51. So I paid a tiny bit less than tax. So I was okay with that, paying for tax. Anywho, so what did I get from Ulta in January? Let me show you. Okay. These are already open. I've already used them. These are Dashing Diva. I love Dashing Diva. Dashing Diva, these nails are like my new favorite obsession. So these don't look as good as they did when I bought them, but Valentine's Day is over and I already used them. I put them on like 4 times. And I love Dashing Diva nails. I need to put some concealer right there. Let's see, what else did I get? I got some Zit stickers. These were on sale for half off, and I get zits, so I thought they were a good thing. I actually, because I finally became a, it's not rouge in Ulta, it's like platinum. Is it platinum in Ulta? I finally became Ulta Platinum, like in December. And so I was able to get a free gift from Ulta, but you have to choose amongst a couple of categories. Anyways, I was able to get the Tarte Shape Tape in the creamy, so I picked this up. This was 100% free, which is pretty cool. Then this from Persona. This is a new color of their blush that finally came to Ulta. It is in the shade Jam, and I was really excited to have it. So I have been using this one. This is really nice. Sorry, my dog is barking. Yeah, that was it. So that was $50. Okay, then I was able to get, in February, I used a gift card that I got from Award Co Points for more Ulta stuff, and then I had a Sephora award code points for Sephora and credit card points from Sephora, because I have freaking credit card from Sephora, which is part of the reason we're doing this no buy. Anyways, let's talk about what I got. So more Dashing Diva. See, I even have these on now. St. Patrick's Day. Okay, I got 2 of these because sometimes like with this one, with this Valentine's Day one, they had 2 different designs. For St. Patrick's Day, they only had 1 design, but I was like, I can mix it up and make it last. I just love them. I love them so much. Okay. Then I got two concealers because I have actually thrown out a couple of concealers recently because they've gone bad. And so I bought 2. This is a backup because I used to have the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. And so I actually paid for this one. And I put a little thing in I said I could buy backups. And then I was like, wait, can I? Anyways, I just threw this one away because it stinks. It was really stinky. It smelled sour. So yeah, I paid $7 for this. But I put a little clause in there that I could buy backups. In Hannah Louise Poston's, if she had any concealer, she couldn't buy a new concealer. I guess I'm learning. I'm figuring this out. Anyways, and then I bought this one from Makeup Revolution. I heard good things about this one. It's the IRL Filter Finish concealer. So I got that. Then I was really excited about this Morphe blush. I'm not even a huge fan of Morphe, but Morphe came out with a purple blush, and that gets me. Purple blush? Cream blush? So I got that. And this is supposed to be makeup on my hand. That tracks. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Amrezy, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter. And I never had that one, so I was like, okay, this is the Revlon Skin Lights in Daybreak Glimmer. So I got that. And then I also got a free bag full of like, just, I don't know, of goodies. They give you, you know, samples and stuff. So the first Ulta one, I spent $3.58, and that was all just tax. This second Ulta one, I ended up spending $26.14. That was because I had a gift card, and the $26 was the 2 nails, because I didn't say I couldn't get nails. As you can see, I'm still having slightly a problem. This is why this check-in is happening. I'm holding myself accountable so that I can be better in the next 2 months, right? Anywho, so I spent, it was the 2 nails and the $7 concealer plus tax equaled up to $26.14. So I did technically buy a concealer, but anyways, then Sephora. I spent $1.25. I did really good on this one. Like, this is much less than tax for Sephora. Okay, and again, I had credit card rewards and award code points. I got 2 Danessa Myricks products, actually. So I got the Danessa Myricks Vision Flush Glow. I got a highlighter. I got a blush. So this is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder in Dancing Queen. And this one is in Femme. And then I got a contour. This one's from Milk. This is the Toasted Contour. Should we put some of those on while I finish the last of my talking? Okay, so, oh my gosh. Okay, let's do, I accidentally put on a little bit of blush, so we're going to just put on a little bit more. And a little concealer, because it's looking hollow right there. Okay, we're gonna try out this Makeup Revolution one. I've talked about these, how these help me open things. They totally do. Meep. Get that hollowness right there. Okay, great. See what I think about it. Let's see. I mean, I said in my favorites video that concealers are kind of just like concealers to me, so I don't know. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do. So there you go. I don't have, that was just a first impression. So, okay. Then let's wear this Yummy Skin and let's talk. Okay. So I wrote out everything. January 2022. I'm not going to go through all of the specifics because I am allowed a little bit of privacy. Am I? I don't know. Oh my gosh. You're supposed to use your fingers with this. I watched some videos. I purposely got a dark color because, I don't know, I like blush. And you're supposed to be able to use it on your lips too. So, January 2022. January in general, I get a bonus from my job. I get a bonus every, after the end of quarter. Woof. So, I have a little bit, tiny bit of extra spending money in January. So if you see that there's a lot of money spent in January, there is. Okay, I don't know how to talk about this. This is, okay, January 2022, total. And this is I'm not counting like grocery store. This is things that I spent on myself. I'm not talking about things I bought for my kids. This is all just stuff I spent on myself. Although it's a little bit like, some of these are like Ross and Marshalls and TJ Maxx, and I buy stuff for my kids when I'm there too, but I'm going to just hold myself accountable for it, even though I'm not 100% sure. The receipt's long gone, so I don't know. Okay, I spent $900.14. Wait, $914.64. So, I can do better than that. I can do better than that, okay? This year, total, I spent $570.72. I actually showed this to my husband. He was like, what? How is that possible? You haven't been spending like any money. I have though. Here it is. Like, here's a breakdown. of that we're going to go back to January 2022. Of that $914, $437 of it was makeup. $0 of it was hair products, I guess. Here's where it's embarrassing. Bath and Body Works. So Bath and Body Works has their semi-annual sale in end of December, early January. So I just love Bath and Body Works. Okay, I spent $197.20 in January 2022 for Bath and Body Works. Decorations. Okay, I kind of lump this in. Decorations is when I go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls and things like that. Those are decorations. Even though I possibly could be buying makeup there too, it's just kind of, I guess, miscellaneous. This is not an exact science. It's just held me accountable. In decorations, I spent $161.58. Subscription boxes, I spent $90.92. And here's the kicker. So subscription boxes, I had Ipsy Plus back then. I have Ipsy Plus now. I had BoxyCharm back then, and I don't have BoxyCharm now, although there's new announcements about BoxyCharm, which I'll talk about in my Ipsy video. I also had Splendies. So I had Splendies, BoxyCharm Premium, and Ipsy Plus. And all three of those together was $90.92. Then for clothes, I only spent $27.85. Coming to a total of $914. January 2023 was $570.72. For makeup, I only spent $3.85 because of tax. But I put it in there because it was tax on makeup. I spent way more on makeup in 2022. For hair, I spent $103 on hair stuff. So that, I mean, I need hair stuff, but still. Bath and Body Works, I spent less. In 2022, I spent $161, and in 2023, I spent $126. Subscriptions, less also. I spent $90 on subscriptions in 2022. I spent $56 on subscriptions in 2023 because I got rid of Splendies. Even though they do really well on my channel, I have too many underwear right now. I traded Splendies for Scentbird. So now I still have Ipsy Plus. I got rid of BoxyCharm, and now I have Scentbird. For decorations, here is the kicker. This is what I was saying, where I've now been spending too much money on decorations. I spent $161 in 2022. In 2023, I spent $377. That's like more than double. Again, in January, I was buying Valentine's Day decorations. I was buying discount Christmas decorations. I don't know, I just have a problem. And then for clothes in 2022, I spent $27.85. In January, I spent $133. So that's like 5 times as much. Okay, so I'm learning. I'm telling you guys this because I need you and me to hold myself accountable. Okay, let's go into real quick. February 2022 and 2023. I did better on both months. I only spent $643.55. February 2022, $643.55. Whereas February 2023, I spent $560.77. So a little less, 100 less, which is not great. For a no buy, why am I only spending 100 less? This is where I'm learning. I'm learning about myself. Makeup was in 2022 was $322. In 2023, it was $12.39 because that was the concealer plus tax. Hair. I spent more on hair in 2022, which is funny, weird. I spent $60 on hair. It was Sally Beauty, so it actually could have been nails or hair, or I don't know, who knows. And nothing on hair in 2023. Bath and Body Works. I spent nothing at Bath and Body Works in February 2022, whereas in February 2023, I spent $50. Decorations. This gets me again. I spent $112 on decorations in February 2022, but in February 2023, I spent $196. So more. Subscriptions. I spent $119 in February of 2022 and $82 in February of 2023. This is the Ipsy X, and so it's more expensive. Clothes. Here's where it gets me. It was decorations and clothes this month. Clothes was $28.48 in February 2022 and $204.26 in February 2023. So that's like 8 times as much. No, it's like 6 times as much. So I'm learning. That was a lot of information and facts and numbers to throw at you, but I'm trying to take accountability that I'm spending too much money because I can't buy makeup. I'm buying clothes and decorations. So I need to reel myself back in and buy less clothes and decorations and less makeup. Yeah, I'm learning. Okay, well, there it is. There is my check-in for 2023 no buy. Hope you liked the video. Hope it was informative. I know it was a lot of personal information, which I'm putting on the internet, which is a scary thing to do. So enjoy. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be doing a lot more of these every 2 months. And if you want to be notified of my videos, press the bell. And if you like this video, like this video. All right. Have a great day. And most importantly, be nice to yourself because you're amazing. Bye.